going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Thursday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So it's kind of beautiful. Wednesday morning, 59 degrees. You can just feel it. You're wearing the hoodie, football weather, like apple orchard weather. Football season's coming. That's right. Vikings Patriots joint practices number 1 went down yesterday. I'm really good with words. But, of course, the Patriots backup quarterback, Joshua Dobbs, a.k.a. the Passionate. Everyone bought in, right? Everyone was into the Passionate hype. And don't say that you weren't. Like, Josh Dobbs sold 55,000 jerseys in a month. So everyone was in. And, frankly, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, we're very optimistic here on this channel. But I thought that the story was dumb enough that the Vikings would randomly win a Super Bowl with a guy who didn't know the playbook, barely knew his teammates' names. It's good times. But Josh Dobbs, JJ McCarthy showing some love. It's really good. Also good is you guys have been blowing up the merch store, purplefdw.net. Get your hats, get your fanny packs, get your mugs, get your everything. 15% off using promo code preseason25 until the 25th. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Also awesome is the return of Stefon Diggs, where Diggs, talk with Felton here, wide receiver coach, Keenan McCardle. McCardle actually coached Stefon Diggs for a season at Maryland, so I have that connection here. And I don't know, Stefon Diggs is probably one of the most misunderstood players in the NFL, right? Because his off-the-field life, of course, and none of his teammates want him to date their sister. Fully understand. What was the pink stuff? Don't know, but he still is one of the coldest route runners in the game. He's only 31, come back from the ACL, and also he's actively mentored, players from the area, whether it's Ty Felton, guys from the DMV area like Jordan Addison as well. And I don't know, I'll always have a soft spot for Diggs, but also we can still make jokes about him. That's what it comes down to. And also, Diggs here with former teammate Brian O'Neill. Is like, Diggs, good to see you. Hey, B.O. That's what they call Brian O'Neill. Not a commentary on his hygiene. It's like, how's his sisters? Nah, maybe not. And Wilson. So Eric Wilson was a UDFA out of Cincinnati. I believe he's on the roster, maybe practice squad, but 2017 was his first season. So Minneapolis Miracle was him as a rookie. It's like, hey, you remember Minneapolis Miracle? Sideline Diggs, touchdown? That was awesome. Good times. Because also, players get a playoff bonus as they advance through the tournament. So Stefon Diggs got Eric Wilson some money. Nice to see, too. All right. Also, nice to see the play of the day yesterday was Donovan Jackson. Ooh, for real. Just literally tossing dudes out of the club. Also, he had a big-time test against $104 million man, Milton Williams. He got some good shots in. Williams won a couple. It is what it is, right? But on a screen pass to Aaron Jones, Donovan Jackson pancaked Wilson at the line and then tossed two dudes out the club down the field. Awesome. Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who's not Carl Goldschmidt. Rookie guard Donovan Jackson pancaked the Patriots DB on a screen that Aaron Jones Sr. took for a touchdown. I couldn't get the DB's number because he was flying through the air. I think one was Jabril Peppers. But Chef Jackson, cooking up some pancakes at Vikings training camp. It's phenomenal to see. All right. Also, we did our takeaways video yesterday, and obviously there was a lot to talk about. So JJ McCarthy absolutely cooks in 7-on-7, and then one slightly overthrown ball gets picked off, and then it's just like, oh, here we go. All right. And it's also hard to decipher at times, right? Unless you go back and take a look at the tape like all the coaches do, because reps that would be sacks just continue, right? They don't whistle the play dead because what will be the point? But say the defense gets quick pressure, and then all of a sudden the quarterback, who's been sacked once, maybe twice, all of a sudden busts out of it and has some extra time, then finds an opening downfield, hits a completion, and they're all like, oh, what's wrong with the defense? All right, so you almost have to watch clips and things multiple times, just be like, oh, wait a minute. That would have been a sack. That would have been a sack. That would have been a sack. So overall, I mean, the Vikings defense came to play. The Vikings defense was good to go, except for Trevion Henderson. They're bad with him. It happens, right? But also the throw of the day Max Brosmer does it yet again. Who? Tim Jones. It's exciting that another deep pass to number 14 when Stefon Diggs is in the house. It's good times. But basically the exact same play. Just Tim Jones down the sideline, 9 route, Max Brosmer, great placement. Cooks, I forget which Patriots DB was in coverage there. But it's, again, I feel like it may be a spot where the Vikings might have to keep Brosmer on the roster, because I don't think you'll get him through waivers to the practice squad. And at this point, I think he's earned it. So now he's got 2 more preseason games, 1 more joint practice, really solidify things. But I would say right now it's JJ McCarthy, it is Sam Howell, it's Max Brosmer. 1, 2, 3, win, play, show. 3 on the 53, and just go from there. And then maybe the Vikings add a practice squad quarterback. I don't know if it's Brett Rippon, because I feel like, obviously Brosmer is a future projections guy, but the guy on the practice squad you want another future projections guy. So guess we'll see. We can pick up Quinn Ewers. Nah. Also, sort of lost in all of the. So training camp is sort of like Hard Knocks in and of itself, where you focus on the bottom of the roster guys. You root for the underdogs and all that stuff, make the practice squad, blah, blah, blah. But then you get to the regular season, and it's like, oh, we never talk about them ever again. Because they're just on the bottom of the roster playing special teams. They're on the practice squad, on the scout team, etc. But Stefon Diggs has been tearing up training camp. Like Stefon Diggs, Jonathan Grenard, and Diggs may be having one of the best camps of any player during the Kevin Conley era. And that's not hyperbolic at all, especially the chemistry between 9 and 3, Glizzy to free 3, it's pretty damn legit, right? It's on point, full anticipation. McCarthy's letting it fly, and Addison is coming down with it. And that cannot be discounted, even though Addison's got his 3-game suspension. But lost in all of this, like, Addison has just been a monster. Alec Lewis, the Athletic. Fun practice day. Watched the offense mostly. Thought J.J. McCarthy was dialed in the early 7-on-7 period, but for a sail pass at Jalen Naylor. Effective 2-minute drill with very nice 4th down conversion. Full thoughts. Also, for the record, Jordan Addison was unguardable day. He was. Even though Stefon Diggs was on the field, Jordan Addison was the best wide receiver out there. Truly was, right? And also that 4th down conversion and 2-minute drill was to Jordan Addison as well. So I also with McCarthy, it's like, you sort of see what you want to see. Like 7-on-7, he was fully dialed in, then sailed one to Naylor, got picked off, whatever. And then he got the Vikings in field goal range in 2-minute drill, including a 4th down conversion. And then Will the Thrill hit a 48-yarder. So what more do you want? Oh, we should have had a touchdown 2-minute drill. Well, what if it was a scenario where you didn't need a touchdown? End of the game, you're down 2, you have 1 timeout, you're on your own 25, you march down, kick a field goal. Oh, guess you win. Oh, he should have had a touchdown. Shut up. That's all. Also, speaking of J.J. McCarthy, T.J. Hockenson talked about his quarterback. That's my quarterback. T.J. Hockenson talking with reporters about the joint practices today. Notes J.J. McCarthy's processing abilities and seeing how he was against different defense. Hockenson and J.J. connected quite a few times today through the air. Also talked about McCarthy's championship pedigree. Feels good. Won the title in high school. Obviously won a title in Michigan. Going to win multiple titles here with the Minnesota Fighting Vikings. It's gonna be good times. Can't wait, man. Also, speaking of can't wait till we can see Christian Darasaw playing some football yet again. Burt Persuasion would bet Vikings left tackle Christian Darasaw plays week 1 against the Bears, says Ben Gessling. Big news for the star franchise left tackle. I think Darasaw, the way he has come along, the way that I've heard people talk about him, I would bet he plays in the opener. I think I've heard enough to be optimistic about where that goes. I think that's kind of where things are trending. And I feel that as well, where they've been smart about ramping up Darasaw's usage, especially in 11-on-11. And also, I feel like the fact that he's out there today against the Patriots in a sort of a scrimmage, practice scrimmage game, type scenario. I feel like that's smart, and I feel like the Vikings have gone about it the right way. So I think Darasaw is going to be ready for week 1 against the Bears. All right. Also hopeful about Justin Jefferson week 1, but we'll see. Hopefully ramp things up next week. There you go. Roster moves. Vikings at 3 open roster spots. At this stage of the game, some teams don't even fill out the 90-man roster. It's okay. But the Vikings signed outside linebacker Cam Gill, as well as brought back Max Tooley. So Tooley was on the practice squad at the end of last year, signed to a futures deal, let him go July 30th, and then brought him back. So they were at max Tooley. They cut him. They're at minimum Tooley. Now they're back at maximum Tooley, right? And does Tooley or Gill have a chance to make the 53 or even the practice squad? Probably not. But what is good here is that coaches get familiar with the player. Player can put some good tape on in practice, as well as potentially a preseason game. So they get to audition for other squads, as well as, hey, there's always attrition and rotation on the roster and practice squad, so these guys can basically have a good word in, right? And maybe it doesn't lead to a job now, but maybe mid-season, whether it's with the Vikings or someone else, makes sense, right? Also, makes sense is Hall of Famer HOF Joe Mauer, the pride of St. Paul, Cretin Durham Hall. By the way, probably like the fifth best quarterback out there on the field. So Drake May, Drake May's fine. But Mauer's probably a top 10 quarterback at TCO Stadium yesterday. Sure. JJ McCarthy, Max Brosmer, etc. Kevin O'Connell, toss him out there, San Diego State, because Joe Mauer had a full ride to Florida State. Probably would have beat out Chris Ricks, Bob Bowden, slinging that football like Peter Warwick and stuff. Would have been great. He did okay in baseball. I feel like Joe, I'm a casual Twins fan, sure, but I feel like Joe Mauer always got blamed for everything, because, he's got the big contract. Yes, he's not a power-hitting catcher or first baseman, blah, 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 blah. He's a Hall of Fame player, local dude, who should have got some more respect, but it's all right. I mean, Herbeck won World Series, I guess. Also, Ron Gant was out. By the way, the Wolves should buy the Twins. That's all. That's all we're going to say about that. It could be a whole thing. Also, roster moves around the league is Brian Asuma has been claimed off of waivers by the Tennessee Titans. Now, this is interesting because Kevin O'Connell was very complimentary about Asuma at his press conference yesterday. And also, he mentioned that it was basically doing him a solid where he wasn't part of the Vikings plans, but now it gives him a chance to put out some good tape, maybe impress the team, maybe make a practice squad, etc. And he has a chance to make the Titans because the Titans are poopy. Yeah. Also, the Vikings play the Titans in the third preseason game next Friday, so time is a flat circle. That Asuma is just going to come out in the third preseason game against the third teamers and put up like 12 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 pick sixes, and a partridge in a pear tree. Exactly what's going to happen, 100%. Or he's going to have a big time impact. He's going to have a fumble 6, or maybe like a Audie Cole pick 6 in the last preseason game. It's going to be good. Gonna be good, man. Anyways, that's it. That's at Vikings news dump for this beautiful, wonderful Thursday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.